Oh, okay.
There
wow.
we go.
All right.
What up, everybody? Here we are, another Ramble, number 270.
270.
When did they have us buried, Eddie? When did they say we're done? It's never going to happen.
7? Did we get to 7 before they start talking shit?
I think they started talking shit about 5, like halfway through number 5. Yep. And look at us.
And then we're ending it at 300.
300.
Are we walking away at 300?
Walk away on top at 300. Oh, man, here we are. We can email us, Ramble.
We're moving to Austin. We're moving to Austin.
That's what we're going to do.
That's what we're doing.
We moved to
That's what we're doing.
Would I move to LA at that point then?
Yes,
then
you moved to LA.
Move me backwards.
And then 8 years, you moved to Austin. We moved back to LA.
Yes, that's how it works. Fucking unbelievable. Oh, man. You can email us, ramble@theramblepod.com. You can follow us on Twitter @PodcastRamble1, on Instagram @PodcastRamble. We have merch, a TeePublic page. Which, For now, about 7.5 months ago, Cody
We're
brought
still
up
in committee about... We're still in committee about...
Yes. Cody had an idea to better this. And
but it's got to work its way through committee.
Well, yeah. We're not stupid.
Too much red tape, guys.
A lot of bureaucracy at the Ramble corporate.
Oh, it's tough. We still are at 121 5-star ratings, and our last positive text review was still from Nugget 130. But let's get more. Let's let Nugget 130 is lonely. Let's subscribe to the Ramble. Give it a 5-star rating and a positive text review. Please do all that shit. We also might have a sponsor. It's hempvita.com. So what you do is they sell CBD products. You go to hempvita.com. And everything that they have, all of their CBD products,
the best,
the gummies,
the best,
the vape juice, the vape pods, the pet products, the lotions. They use broad spectrum CBD oil, no THC. The combustible shit, Eddie can tell you all about that.
Let me guess the number. Can I guess the number of how much THC is in the combustibles?
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
You're a combustible guy.
My middle name is Combustible.
Right.
So I'm gonna say there's gotta be. I don't know how you can go less than 15% THC in the combustibles.
You sitting down?
I think
less than 0.3%. How about that?
It's not possible.
They made it possible.
I've never seen anything like that.
They made it work.
And I've done all the combustibles.
See? And Hempvita will only use industrial hemp grown in the USA, and it's organic. Like Cody saying, with no GMOs, the CBD's legal will not get you high, and all of the products meet the 2018 Farm Bill, which is why we agreed to this, which was signed into law December of 2018, effectively legalizing hemp at the federal level by removing it from the federal list of controlled substances and classifying it as an agricultural commodity. All that, who's not in? You go to hempvita.com, you type in Ramble as your promo code 15%. Right the fuck
I knew
up.
I was getting 15%. I just didn't know where it was. I didn't know if it was in the combustible or in the percent off. So that's where it came from.
How excited? Are you excited, Eddie?
My psychic powers are a little off right now.
But, I mean, they probably feel good, don't they? Man. So there we go. So please show Hempvita some love, buy some shit, use Ramble as your keyword, get 15% off. Here we are.
Do it.
Graham and Faye say, greetings from the Great White North, fellow Ramblers. First off, mad props of respect to the Cinesnob himself for scoring that interview with Edgar Wright. Golf clap. That pic of Cody and Edgar Wright in the interview totally salvaged my shitty arse healthcare day when I got home. Looking very much forward to that interview whenever it makes it to one of the podcasts. How different would the MCU's Ant-Man have been under his helm?
Very different, I think. For the better, I would
have loved to have seen that. Man.
And the last 15 minutes of the interview all about Cobra, right?
And it's all about Cobra.
Yeah,
you guys do a deep dive into
in
Cobra.
order to get the interview, I had to say yes. We'll talk about the Sparks Brothers, the documentary you made. So then you have like the question or two about it, and then you like slowly like when you're asking your questions, you're like, so similar to the movie Cobra, and then you say something, so you're like introducing it, and then finally you just go full Cobra. By the
and next thing you know, it's a half-hour conversation about
Cobra. Right.
Yeah.
If Edgar Wright has half a brain as a filmmaker, he'd be all into that.
Yeah.
And then Graham and Faye asked, fun fact, who was the first Ramble sponsor? Just listen to the first 10 to 15 seconds of Ramble Radio number 96 right out of the gate. You know who it was, right, Eddie? Grape.
The flavor grape. That's right.
Grape. After all, Eddie said, after all, there's only one letter that separates them from greatness. Hashtag GrapeGate. And he said, since there's no Hit That Tune Annie this week, he sends a picture of Iron Maid, and it's Rosie from the Jetsons, the cleaner, which is awesome. And then Patrick Crothers, As Eddie
PC,
knows,
PC.
He just gives a little rap intro. PC back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Ramble on people. Ramble on ramble people. Let me hear some noise. PC's in the house. Jump, jump, rejoice. How about that?
Nice.
There's Patrick Crow, the PC. Haven't heard from him in a minute. Great way to come back. Great way
to
come back.
Everyone should come back that way.
I think
with their own
great
rap.
Way to welcome back with their own to the email, life, if you will. To the email run, if you must. And, man. So, do you know any more about stock market today than you did last week?
No, I don't know if what's happening is a good thing or a bad thing, or because I've heard good. They're sticking it to the short sell guys, the hedge fund guys. They're fucking them over. Great, but I also have heard like, no, this is dangerous because this could literally tank the entire economy and destroy our way of life. I've heard both.
I've heard both too. I heard Jimmy Kimmel say they might have been Russian agents, which is weird. I was like, really, dude? I think he said that on one of his monologues.
I don't know if it's just some guys that figured out the system and were just fucking with the system because of social media has that reach with Reddit. You can get people to do things. Yeah. So I don't know if it was just that or if it's something more nefarious going on where they're really trying to destroy the world economy.
It just makes me happy that I'll never play with the ever. I don't give a fuck how much money I have. I'm never doing that stock market shit.
I did a stock market thing one time right after I got married. We had a little bit of money from like wedding gifts and stuff. So I was like, let me take a couple thousand. And I had a buddy who was like, he was like a day trader. And he's like, this is a penny stock, which you don't really invest in penny stocks anyway, because that's not those usually tank pretty bad. Right. But he's like, this one I have a really good feeling about because it's this thing that all monitors use. They make this little part that all monitors use. So at some point, this thing is going to go on to the NASDAQ or whatever, where everything is. I think you have to be at like $1 a share. So if you buy a bunch of penny stocks, you buy like 15,000 shares of pennies stocks. Then once it goes to $1, then you're fucking a millionaire. So I was like, all right, I'll throw a couple $1,000s in there, and I basically threw $2,000 away.
Let's see, there's no way. Cody, you fuck with that stuff?
No, I don't. No. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't have the time to try to figure it out, and I don't. Like, I would rather throw my money into like the fantasy shit I've been doing lately.
I learned my lesson. That was 15 years ago, and I'm like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, no fucking way. There's no. I don't either. I don't know. I'm not a financial expert. I don't know if it's good or bad.
I've been trying to read up on it and see, and I've heard there's some good stuff to it. Yeah, that they're really showing the flaw in the system, and they're going to make some rules to change some things. Or is it just billionaires getting butthurt because a bunch of, middle class poor people figured out the system and now they're fucking them over. So now they're going to fuck over the middle class again.
It does seem like, from not knowing anything, just a little. It seems like hedge funding is shitty, and there's some pretty soulless fucking pricks.
Well, the whole short selling thing is you're basically banking on they were banking on GameStop to go under,
to tank and lose.
They were buying the stock to sell it. Yeah. Or I guess borrow it, let it go down, and then buy it back at a less price, and then pay back, and then give the stock back to whoever they borrowed it from. So they're making money off the stock they just sold, even though they never really bought the stock.
Right.
And the stock just continues to tank, and then eventually just dissolves it. Which seems really shitty. It
seems very shitty. So it's like, part of me is like, yeah, well, fuck those guys. But again, I don't know. If anyone is an expert on day trading, Ramble at theramblepod.com. Let us know. And Cody, let's do it. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Let's hit this damn intro. Let's party. If you know the words.
Do we?
Long. I don't know. I think you all should. I think everyone should know this. That's what I think.
You say that every week.
I do. Take that look of worry. I'm an ordinary man. They don't tell me nothing, so I find out all I can. There's a fire that's been burning right outside my door. I can't see, but I feel it, and it helps to keep me warm. So I don't mind. Y'all know this, right? No, I don't mind. We're skipping ahead. So take me home, because I don't remember.
I know that part.
Take me home, because I don't remember.
I know that part.
You still don't know it, Cody.
No.
Let me tell you something. Bret Easton Ellis can eat a bag of shit. Ain't nothing wrong with Phil Collins at fucking fucking trust fund hipster dipshit writing his fucking book shitting on Phil Collins, American Psycho. He can fuck right off with that shit, pal. All right, ain't nothing wrong with Phil Collins, you motherfucker. Dude, so take me home. Would that have helped, Eddie, if I had like a backing?
It might have. Or send me the lyrics ahead of time.
Take me home, because I don't remember. That's a fucking jam. Phil Collins, fuck that. You know what? That's the only thing I didn't like about American Psycho.
They were ranking on Phil Collins.
Yeah, like, okay, fuck off. Okay, sorry, every band isn't the Replacements. You fucking, fucking snobby fuck. Shut up. Go take your parents' fucking money and write another. Anyway, I don't even know if he was a.
Yeah, you're going off on a weird tangent now.
I'm gonna Bret Easton Ellis. You've been rambled. Anyway, I don't even know what
that's a thing.
Yeah, I guess. If you're watching,
you've been rambled.
Oh man, I would have loved to have seen a wrestler cut a promo on him. Just slip that in, just right. There's nothing wrong with Phil Collins either. Like this, what's why is Macho Man defending Phil Collins? I don't understand. Okay, sure. I'm telling you, man, fuck that. I ain't here for that Phil Collins knocking shit. Look, I'm not saying it's high art, but it's fun. It's fun.
You can listen to it. You can jam it out.
Tap your toes to it. All right? Fuck. Anyway, so there we go. There we're back again. Ramble number 270. This is wow. Huh?
The space laser hasn't taken us out yet, so that's
I hope
good.
not. The Jewish space laser is just it's out there now, so it's double scary. Because it's just waiting. It's just out there waiting to just zap somebody. The Jewish space laser. I mean, they just took out all that. They burned all that California land.
If the Jewish people were smart, they would take the space laser, fill it with a bunch of COVID vaccine.
Yes.
And then just start shooting everybody with the COVID vaccine.
Zap their communities with the COVID vaccine. And then,
that's what they should do with their
space laser. And then destroy neo-Nazi camps. Since they're that brazen. Since they don't care about taking lives to build a railway or whatever the fuck they were doing with their space laser. I think the biggest problem with conspiracy theories is you just put little pinch of common sense and it all disappears. It's like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you put any sunlight on it, it goes away.
It's like, oh, okay, never mind. The only one I'll give you this one. I'll give you this conspiracy theory. David Stern rigged it so the Knicks got Patrick Ewing. I'll give you that. That's the only one I'll give you. That's the only one I'll give you. It's it. And maybe, okay, as a Mavs fan, the lottery was rigged against the Mavs in the 90s. I'll give you that.
The whole 90s.
The Mavs should have had like 8 number 1 picks in the 90s. They should have had 8 first picks in the 90s. They were so bad. They were so bad.
But it's still a lottery machine with a bunch of balls bouncing around.
It is. It is. I still think that I'll think that 93 they think they were 2 games away from not having the worst record in NBA history, and they got like the 5th pick or whatever. It's like, fuck you with this lottery shit.
So was there a conspiracy to give San Antonio Tim Duncan?
No, because that's a small market. The conspiracy would have been if Tim Duncan went to the Knicks or went to the Lakers. That's the what? Something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, San Antonio they're like one of the teams of the 90s. And then all of a sudden, David Robinson's hurt for a year. They suck.
They were terrible.
They were terrible for that year. Then they get Tim Duncan, and then they're winning NBA titles for the next 7 years.
I just don't see why the NBA would rig it for that market. That's the only. And then I don't even buy the LeBron going to Cleveland. I think they would have rigged that to send LeBron again. If they really were rigging it, then they would have gone to major market teams. That's I think you would assume. To get more eyes, he would have been drafted by Miami. He would have been drafted by the Lakers, by Chicago, by New York. That's I think is what. Because the fact that the Knicks are garbage is proof the NBA isn't rigging anything because
no one wants them to be more successful than
the NBA. The NBA would love it if the Knicks had their shit together and
they want Boston, New York, and LA to always be
fighting it out. Always. And the fact that that's how you know. Okay, enough.
This just all proves that the Earth is flat.
It all proves that we're here. That's
what
our
we're all
main
building
point.
to right now.
That's
and the
our
sky
main point.
is just a shield put up by the government to stop us from seeing God.
From seeing God, and the fact that the moon isn't real. There's that too. That's, like, that is just, man. How many times do you get dumped before you're like, you know what? There's no moon. You know what I mean? Like, how many times? How many bad breakups are you? Then you're like, okay, fuck it. This is my happiness. I'm just gonna devote my life to proving that the moon isn't real. This is how I'm gonna.
We got like 1 more month left of the fake Biden administration. Before,
before
March
ticking.
4th, before the real inauguration.
Clock's
takes
ticking
place.
until that March 4th, baby. Clock is ticking. He better hurt. That's why he's signing all these executive orders, because he knows March 4th it's over.
Fucking assholes.
Fucking conspiracy. It's just the dumbest shit. It's the dumbest fucking whatever. Yeah, you're okay. Sure, you've reached some. You somehow have this magical source of information that nobody else has to let us know this. Okay, gotcha. That's not arrogant at all. That's not arrogant and full of yourself at all, is it? No. God damn, unbelievable. Unfussed Jewish space laser.
Unreal.
Unfucking real. Unfucking real. Here we are. Big ramble. This one we got for y'all. I guess we just go right into the hat. The Beatles. What fucking Beatle is on the hat if the Beatles go into the Hall of Fame for band members? Cody, let's play the hat song.
What hat would they wear?
Oh. Wow. Look at that, Eddie.
Sweet.
Look at that. Man.
Sweet.
Jeez.
Sweet.
Whew. Wow. How many documentarians have approached you, Eddie? How many book offers? I'm just curious.
I stopped taking the requests after I think it was 33 different documentarians.
And why not? Why?
And then I just told my manager, like, just cut it off. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So there could be more, but you'd have to talk to him.
Right. Well, but why no?
I guess, what's the point? I mean, if you want to know who I am, just listen to my music.
Okay. Hey, there it is.
If you want to know me, listen to the harmonica.
There it is.
There's nothing more to be told.
Okay. Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong. It's very true. Dustin Jacobs, he goes, got to be John Lennon. You know you matter most when they murder you. Is that why he killed him? He was his favorite Beatle?
Why.
Is that why Mark David Chapman did it? You matter the most, John. Josh Stetz, what's up, fellas? Been a long while, but I wanted to come out of hiding and make an appearance this week. I'm going to go off the reservation and say Pete Best. Dude was only in the band for the early years, but played on some of the first big hits they had. Widely regarded as the fifth Beatle, got shit canned. Still got paid crazy bank for years to come. How about that?
It's a very contrarian pick.
Very contrarian pick is Pete Best. If anyone goes Stu Sutcliffe, that's the only one. That's the next one.
And he came out of nowhere for that one.
He did. He came
was
out.
hiding.
He was like, "I'm coming back.
I'm coming out swinging."
Graham and Faye. Faye says has to be Paul McCartney. Right, whereas Graham says I believe it's actually the shadow godfather himself, Ringo Starr. Besides, we all know that the real Paul McCartney. Here it goes. Another great conspiracy. We all know the real Paul McCartney died decades ago in that hush-hush car accident, so this practically invalidates her pick. Also, the real Elvis is still alive fighting mummies in a nursing home. Rest in peace, JFK. Oh, man. And then as a shot, I know Graham and Faye didn't mean this, but there's a meme of Ringo giving 2 thumbs up saying Beatles break up after years of success. At least I'm not Pete Best. There you go. So there's... Man, that was there's an entire book that I highly recommend called The Walrus Was Paul by R. Gary Patterson, something like that. Pat Patterson from the WWE.
Right, Pat Patterson. Yeah.
And it's great. It goes all into the Beatle death clues. Yes,
Pat Robertson, 700 Club.
It goes all into the Beatle death clues. It's awesome. And, of course, the guy is saying, no, Paul McCartney didn't die in a car crash. But the Beatles were so bored with their fame that they're like, let's just create a hoax. Right? Let's have fun and fuck with people. Because John Lennon himself sings in the song Glass Onion. Here's another clue for you all. The walrus was Paul. He says that. That's a line he throws out there in Glass Onion. So they think they did it as a prank. Now, here's the problem.
People are stupid.
Charles Manson heard messages in Beatles records that were not there. Right? And so because of that, the Beatles were like, whoa, no, we weren't putting any messages in any of our records.
That's the problem, because people are so fucking dumb and or crazy. You can't fuck around and have some fun because some people take that shit serious.
Right, it is. But
like some idiot a couple years, like 15 years ago, you know what? Earth is flat. And they'll be like, it is flat. The Earth is flat.
Bro.
Just one dude trying to be contrarian going, you know what? I think the Earth is flat. And then a bunch of people started going, it is flat. And then start making up a bunch of facts to prove that it's flat.
Fucking unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable.
People are too stupid to have fun anymore.
Exactly. That's the problem. It almost is going to kill satire, I think, because people are too dumb. They're just too stupid. So
absolutely will
kill satire. But yeah, the Walrus was Paul. Do I run and grab it and maybe they sponsor us?
Who?
The book. The
book's going to sponsor us?
Maybe. I'll be right back. We're going to get a new sponsor, right?
I don't think a book's going to sponsor us. The book's already done. It's not current. How old is the book? How old is the book?
It might be out of print. But it's fucking great. Highly recommended. There it is. The Walrus was Paul. R. Gary Patterson. Great Beatle death clues. My dad told me all this shit when I was a kid. He made me listen to this shit and said, look, there's a running joke that he was killed in a car crash. And that's why they replaced him with Billy Shears. That's who was replaced. The Ringo. Oh. What would you think? Because, that's Billy Shears, like all this dumb shit. I mean, again, they were just doing it as a laugh for themselves. And then Charles Manson listens to it, and they're like, uh-oh, I guess we're going to have to say we didn't put any fucking clues in this. Guess we're going to have to say there were no clues. And then, of course, at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, you hear the voice go, I buried Paul. And you don't even have to play that backwards to hear that one.
No, that was just right out in there.
That was just right. Which John Lennon swears he was saying cranberry sauce. But
cranberry sauce.
I buried Paul. It's pretty interesting. I should have saved it. You know what? Now I have something for reading books, playing video games. I can go back to this. I'll do a double plug. Damien, let's see. Here we go. Wait. Patrick Carruthers. He goes LSD for allowing them to make Sgt. Pepper's the only Beatles record I like. All right, there you go. Okay. Damien Bottriell pencils down. Hey, Ramblers, Damien here for another week of rambling. Where the fuck is January gone already? I know Eddie doesn't like to mention it, but it's a well-known secret that the harmonica intro for Love Me Do was a gift from Eddie to help the Beatles get their start. We actually talked about that. Yeah. We talked about that already. Yeah, Damien. We mentioned that a few rambles ago. And my Hall of Fame...
Moving on.
My Hall of Fame hat for the Beatles is based on who had the best Christmas song. So for that, he's got to go John Lennon is his hat. There we go. The great ones from the listeners. This was tough. I mean, there's two. It's a two-person race, but it's easy to go.
Ringo?
Yeah, George and Ringo. Pete Best and Ringo. It's easy to go back and forth on this one, but... I had to go Lennon. I think he was the quote unquote cool one, if you will.
Yeah, he's the one who sort of burned the brightest, and then burned the brightest and burned the quickest.
Yeah.
Where Paul McCartney has gone on, and he has made some awful music.
He has. He's also made some great stuff too.
He's made some. Yeah, but you throw 1,000 shitty things on the wall, a couple are going to stick.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
He's made some shit music.
Yeah.
Some good songs here and there, but like Lennon burned bright and then burned out.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine isn't even my favorite solo song of his. Like, I could give you Watching the Wheels. That's a fucking jam.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go. That's a fucking jam.
But I think if Paul McCartney had just done a little less. And you don't usually say that about someone. You're like, well, if they did more, they've been more thought of. Had Paul McCartney done less, I think he would have been thought of more.
I will say his first solo album is great. Band on the Run, Wings is a fucking great record.
I like
top
Band
to
on the
bottom.
Run a lot.
He has the best Bond song. I'm going to give him that. He's got the best Bond song with Live and Let Die.
I think Duran Duran.
That's a tough one. It's a good fight.
View to a Kill.
Fight. View to a Kill is a great one. I had to go Lennon. Eddie, who'd you go?
I went Lennon for the same reason. Like, I think if Paul McCartney had done less, he would have been thought of more.
Cody?
Well, since it's Beatles and not solo careers, which Eddie is somehow bringing into the Beatles conversation.
Shots fired.
I go with my personal favorite Beatle, which is Paul.
Paul.
I think that he's just like the greatest songwriter of all time. just period. And it's hard to ignore that piece of like I feel like even like his poppier stuff or his melodies and things like that just stand out to me more than anything else.
I'm a Paul McCartney mark. I think I had to go Lennon just for the spirit of the Beatles, if that makes sense. But I do like overall it's pretty 50-50. Like it's put McCartney.
It's hard to separate them, really.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like Tears for Fears.
Yeah, come on, Eddie. They're the minor leagues compared to Tears for Fears, pal. But it's tough, man. It's either Paul or John. You're not wrong either way. And I think John was kind of seen as like, I mean, I don't know. I just think a little by that much more, he was like the face of the franchise, John. Just by that much more. That's it. But McCartney's songs are so good. They're both their shit. They haven't written a bad song as the Beatles, I don't think. And yeah, McCartney, his Christmas song is bad.
But do you think that the Beatles were so good because Lennon was there to pull McCartney back on some of the shit he was trying to put out?
I don't know. There'd be no Sgt. Pepper's without McCartney. And that was
I agree. There's some stuff that McCartney's done that's great.
But
That's
you don't think
absolutely
it would have
great.
been the other way around where Lennon would have created some unlistenable garbage?
Yes, you're going to have
McCartney had to
Yoko
pull
just
back into?
you're going to have Yoko
But that's
screaming
Yoko.
for an hour.
Yoko had a mind worm in his ear that was controlling him like Khan.
And that's why you need McCartney to sort of separate.
Yeah, I think because oh man, Get Back is such a jam that I don't know. There's so many great ones that they both did, but I think I went Lennon just because he was a little bit more like when anything controversial happened with the Beatles, he was at the epicenter of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of
He was the
why,
shit stirrer of the Beatles.
Yeah, that's
for
kind of
sure.
why I went with him. But yeah, I'm a big mark for the both of them. And fuck, man, solo overall, I don't know how you don't put George in that fight. Like, if you go just what they did as solo artists, man, I don't know how you don't put George Harrison in that fucking
Except for
battle.
I got my mind set on
That's
you.
that's his only blight. I
Come
got
on.
my mind
Set
set.
on you. I got my mindset.
Weirdest thing ever. Have you seen that music? Do you remember that music video, Eddie?
Yeah, I do.
Inspired by the film Evil Dead 2.
I can see that.
Because remember when all the taxidermied animals start
Yeah.
laughing, and that's what that is. It's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that room with all they're all dancing. It was literally inspired by Evil Dead 2.
Got my mindset on you.
All right, are we being mean to the Ramblers here for next week's 271?
I don't know. Are we?
Guns N' Roses go into the We've Written a Song Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
What song is on Guns N' Roses' hat? Wow. Ooh. Is it Sweet Child? Is it November Rain? Is it Don't Cry? Is
Ooh.
it there's just
So
I have a
many.
confession.
yeah.
I don't like November Rain. I don't
Wow.
like that song.
Hot take
Wow.
by Cody.
Hot take.
I don't
You know,
like that
my
song.
confession is Estranged is the better of the big opus songs on Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. I go Estranged better. I like Estranged better than all of them. And that's my confession. That's, man. Ooh. Wow. Huh? It's a tough one. Who's it going to be? What's going in?
Huh?
Eddie. Patience? Is it Patience? I mean, my God, that's a great one. Yeah, I need a little patience. I mean, man.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That was I don't Eddie, you were around for this. Cody, you were not around for this. Back in the day, that was the biggest no-no in elementary school, around 87, 88. If you had either Appetite for Destruction or Straight Outta Compton. If you had either one of those cassettes taken up, sent to the principal's office, those cassettes were taken and thrown in the trash. That was how it was at my elementary school. It was such a bummer.
They were trying to silence you.
I know. We were not allowed to have.
I remember we couldn't wear the Poison shirt, the concert shirt. Remember they had the both of them. The one where they had the girl bent over.
Yep.
And then they had to change it to the demon looking chick with the long tongue, right?
Right.
Like either one of those, you had to go to the principal's office and turn your shirt inside out for the rest of the day.
Amazing. Wow. Cody, what was yours? Did you have anything like that in school? Because they would also confiscate Garbage Pail Kids. Couldn't have those.
Yeah, we got that got taken away from us.
Or Dungeons and Dragons stuff, because that's when like those kids had killed each other.
No, we didn't get that one.
You couldn't have D&D shit. They would take that. Like it was.
I don't think we really had anything that was super controversial at that time.
I would think the only thing would be like a Marilyn Manson shirt or something, right?
But
like that'd be it.
I just remember Poison had some shirts that you have to turn inside out if you're wearing them in school. And then I'm trying to think of some other. Oh, there's that one. It was a Guns N' Roses one where the girl's like laying in the alley.
The original cover of Appetite for Destruction, where the robot has assaulted her.
Yeah. So that's kind of a disturbing one. They would make you not.
You couldn't wear that. Oh man. Well, here we go. It's time for open, close, and encore. You ready for this? Eddie,
Open, close, and encore.
There it is.
You can still hear it.
I still get chills. Is that weird?
If you're quiet, you can still hear it.
Oh yeah. Eddie, I still get chills hearing that. Is that?
You're not alone. You're not
I
alone.
still get chills when I hear.
You're not alone.
Cody, your thoughts on the open, close, encore harmonic? I mean, now that you've heard it, I'm sure you pick out new things every time you didn't realize.
Yeah, well,
layered.
What I was just thinking of now is what would Eddie open, close, and encore with in terms of the intro song?
Oh, that might have to be a future one.
Maybe that
might have to be a future one. We're gonna that might be Ramble 272. I think this might be 272. Wow, that might be it. That is, man, amazing. That is why don't you let them rename the harmonica the Eddie Pence? Because they've tried to several times.
Because a lot of people are going to play the harmonica shitty.
Oh.
And then I don't want them playing
Right.
a shitty Eddie Pence.
Right. Okay. Hey, all right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. This is Primus. I've seen them live several times. One of my
Several
faves.
times. Wow.
Yeah, I'm a big Primus mark. And Dustin Jacobs says a South Park theme on loop. Joshua Stetz, the only time I've gotten to see them was at Lollapalooza 93, back when Cody was just but a wee babe, suckling on teats like a G. I don't remember much details, but a highlight was definitely seeing Les join Alice in Chains for Wood. Oh, wow. Lights go down, crowd starts. The Primus sucks. Starts the Primus sucks chant. Les Claypool walks out, drops the opening riff to My Name Is Mud. Show continues with all the hits, including a wonky medley mid-show. Close with Tommy the Cat. End the night with some good old crowd participation of Hey, baby. More Primus sucks chants get them back out for the encore. Opening riff of Jerry's a race car driver kicks the crowd into one last frenzy. Graham and Faye, a farewell to Kings indeed. Much like Cody, I'm also looking forward to this tour as well, but sadly it looks like the only Canadian date is Toronto, assuming that even happens this summer during the COVID cooties apocalypse. Me thinks it's highly unlikely. Anywho, back to Ramble business proper. Surprise Primus tribute band Geddy Lee, Alex Lifen, and zombie Neil Peart saunter onto the stage decked out in full rubber cowboy suits. They open with Jerry's Race Car Driver, close with Eddie the Fisherman, encore with Winona's Big Brown Beaver. That ain't bad. Patrick Crothers, or Eddie, as you know him as.
A PC.
Yes, a band I should be a bigger fan of. Never got into. Always appreciated them. You open with Here Come the Bastards. Close with Winona's Big Brown Beaver. Also a great video. Encore with My Name Is Mud. Ooh, man, that's some good shit right there.
Yeah.
I had them open with My Name Is Mud because that's
Okay.
one of my favorite. Then you close with Winona's Big Brown Beaver. And then I have them encore was what I think they encored with both times I saw him. Jerry was a race car driver.
Nice.
So there we go. Cody?
Yeah, so I have them open with Too Many Puppies.
Too many puppies. Great one.
I have them close with Winona's Big Brown Beaver. And I have an encore of American Life.
Oh, great one. That's a great one. Eddie?
I have them open with Jerry Was a Race Car Driver.
Yep.
Close with My Name Is Mud. And then encore with John the Fisherman.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one, too. Look at that. What a great Primus concert all three of us have created. I think. Ramble 270, before we get to Eddie's solos, Phil Collins. What would Phil Collins open, close, and encore?
Dr. Phil Collins.
Dr. Phil
Dr.
Collins.
Phil Collins.
Oh, man. So get those in. Ramble at the ramblepod.com. Right now, it's what Guns N' Roses song goes on their hat for the We Wrote a Song Hall of Fame. And then what would Phil Collins open, close, and encore with? It's time to read books and play video games.
I'm reading books, I'm playing video games. Bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games.
Oh, man.
I don't know how you don't encore everything with that.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, that's a Stone Cold encore right there.
I mean, just,
I mean, how
just lock that in. Just do an open close.
Oh, okay. Can I ask you something?
Uh-huh.
Why have you turned down so many professional wrestlers who want to use that as their entrance?
Because I don't want it to be associated with one person.
Okay, all right.
Like you hear Real American,
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. That's
It's forever Hulk. You hear Pomp and Circumstance.
Macho Man Randy
A
Savage.
great piece of classical music forever linked to Macho Man. Not saying Macho Man's bad. I'm just saying it's now associated with him and not the person.
Also, Sprock Zarathustra. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy.
Yeah. You don't think of the artist that created the song. You think of the wrestler that walked down
That
to
makes
the aisle.
sense. And then what if that wrestler isn't even that good? How pissed would you have been then? You know what I mean?
You're right.
Oh, man. That's, oof, wow. Joshua Stetz got a Series X finally, so I've been loving that. The load times are fucking non-existent. So good. Playing through Assassin's Creed Valhalla right now. I want to jump back into Cyberpunk, see how it looks plays on the new console. Played just the beginning on the one, and it was okay, but I'm sure it's better on the new console. Fallen Order and Squadrons are on the short list too. Stop Fallen Order for some reason, never picked it back up. Might just start fresh. And Squadrons kind of makes me queasy playing it, so only do a little at a time. Not reading much, but I got Ready Player 2 and the first 3 issues of the graphic novel adaptation of Dune. I believe the other 2 will be out sometime this year, probably leading up to the movie release. It's been pushed back to October. Very much looking forward to diving into those. Graham and Faye. Speaking of Cowboys from Hell, Faye is happily still grinding away at Red Dead Redemption. Strange cowgirl language can be heard when she's playing in online mode. Oh, that's great. And then he has a meme that says, I don't always die in video games, but when I do, motherfucking stupid piece of shit, broken ass fucking game, fucking shit, fuck. Damian Bontriel, been slowly working my way through monthly stacks of comics. Ready Player 2 is on my desk, waiting to be read, so hopefully I'll start that soon. Y'all know what I'm reading. Right there, baby. Our new sponsor, The Walrus Was Paul by R. Gary Patterson. The Great Beatle Death Clues. Still
Do they pay
good.
as much as our current sponsor?
Maybe more? I don't know.
Maybe more?
I'm still playing through some. I caught all the fish and bugs in Animal Crossing on my village. Very excited about that.
So what do? You move to a new village now? That you've
No, that's
exhausted
it.
all the natural resources?
They're everywhere. That's it. I've just stacked my fucking museum. So how about that, huh? I've gotten all the dinosaur bones too. So all I need now I'm missing 2 deep sea creatures that become available, I think, in February.
And then what happens?
I don't know. I think I still want to maintain my island. I don't want to go to shit. You don't visit for a minute, then like weeds are everywhere, roaches are in your house.
This seems like something just to occupy time.
Well, everything is, isn't it?
Well, right, but I mean, I'm trying to get the point of because Colton wants me to get Animal Crossing for him.
It is fun. It is. There is a fun to it. There is a fun. The fishing mini games are fun.
It's almost like trying to run like a Sims or something, where you have to constantly stay there and like take care of this thing that's not real.
You have to take care of something that does not exist,
and it doesn't give anything back to you.
But catching the sharks are fun. I mean,
yeah, but like a puppy will come and give you kisses and snuggle with you when you sleep.
Yes.
Animal Crossing, once you turn it off, it.
Guess what though?
Right.
You don't have to go kill Animal Crossing after like 10 years.
True.
That's a good thing. You don't have to watch it die. You could just not play it anymore.
You just pick up a new game and play that one.
Yes, exactly.
Just trying to work out why people play Animal Crossing.
It's
in my
fun.
head.
I don't get it either, but it's fun. Also been playing Cyberpunk, the Final Fantasy VII remake that Coach Ed Ogeron wrote, which is so weird
Go
to
Tigers.
think about.
Go Tigers.
That's Eddie. You playing anything? You still rocking Fallen Order?
Doing Fallen Order. We're getting kind of far along in it. We've,
shit.
So that's actually been pretty fun.
Nice. Cody, anything?
No, I've watched 17 movies in 4 days, so I haven't had time for much else.
So you don't get a little Madden in between, little.
You got to squeeze vacation in there at some point.
Squeeze vacation. We're gonna torch you to make you keep watching. That's not
And
gonna
I
happen.
have 3 more on the schedule for today. I've already watched 3. So
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Brutal.
Well, it's the time. The countdown. Are we ready?
Ooh.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
It's the time of the show where we rank the top
Bye.
Even that. It's not as fast. It's not as
That was a
lightning
throwaway.
fast,
That was a throwaway.
but it's amazing, Eddie.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
it's
you.
not. It's not as lightning fast as the reading books, playing games, or the
Right.
open close.
That's my
encore.
opus. That's my opus.
Right. But this is. There's still something to it.
It's a throwaway.
I think
There's something
well,
there.
I don't say throwaway because it still gets me in the
Okay.
feels. It
All
still
right.
makes me feel something. So I disagree completely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. This is the top 5 things you're looking forward to entertainment-wise in 2021. This was tough. I cheated and went heavy video games because I think that's the guaranteed things I'll be able to experience. Because coders can make that from their homes, and you know what I mean. That's Dustin Jacobs says number 5, Godzilla versus Kong. Is it? I could give 2 fucks about that movie. Is that? I think it's just because the others haven't been that good. The Godzilla movies weren't good.
I hated the Godzilla movie, and I didn't even watch Skull Island.
It was stupid.
This one looks okay just to see these two fight, but other than that,
How did they explain how King Kong grew 100 feet? I don't, or whatever.
Also, Godzilla's the good guy in those movies, and the trailer makes him out to be
the villain.
bad guy.
Why?
Yeah,
Why is Godzilla evil? And Kong was more of a villain in the Skull Island.
Yeah,
None of it makes sense.
I think they're both villains until you figure out, they're protecting
this
humans
environment.
or whatever.
Yeah.
in
So
some capacity.
my thought process, and it's going to be so easy. We can map this out. Something like King Ghidorah. Someone has influenced Godzilla. Kong is literally going to punch him to his senses, and then they both team up and beat the fuck out of whoever the actual villain is.
So it's a Batman versus Superman situation.
It is. It's Three Amigos Cochise.
I saw someone make the joke that it's a Batman versus Superman situation, and they'll both reference Mothra.
Yeah, their mom is Mothra. Mothra's their mom. Number 4,
Save
Dustin
Mothra.
Save Mothra. Number 4, Dustin says is Black Widow. Dustin, sorry, we didn't mean to shit on your number 5 pick.
Oh, sorry.
Badly.
Dustin's a huge Godzilla mark, so I get that.
I am too. That's why I don't want to see this thing. It looks stupid. I love Godzilla. Number 3, Halloween Kills. Number 2, Spider-Man 3 Part 2. And then number 1, The Book of Boba Fett. Joshua Stetz, Intellectual Properties 2021. Number 5, Book of Boba. The only reason it's number 5 is because not until the very end of the year, and the only thing that's known is the end credit scene in Mandalorian. Number 4, Halo Infinity. I've been a Halo fanboy from the beginning, played through everyone, so I'm looking forward to see where Master Chief goes next. The trailer and the gameplay that's been released so far looks pretty as hell. Plus, they're going more open world instead of the normal linear play it's known for. Number 3, calling an audible here because it's not an intellectual property, but I just want to go to a damn concert. I haven't seen live music in forever. I stopped going to shows and I stopped playing several years ago, but I do miss it. Hopefully in October, I'll be able to take a trip to Colorado and see a band called Hail Lung at Red Rocks. They were supposed to play last year, but obviously had to cancel. They're very tribal Nordic folk music that bases everything off Bronze Age poetry and runes. Their shows are supposed to be an almost spiritual experience. Click the link for the full concert that started for me. It was also their first show ever. Wow. And number 2, Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. The first Hellblade was a fucking amazing game and a masterpiece. For my fellow ramblers that aren't familiar with it, do yourselves a favor and check it out. Gameplay is mostly environmental puzzles and basic hack-and-slash mechanics, but it's all about the story. Senua lives in the 9th century Scotland and suffers from psychosis, hearing voices of being a little crazy. She leaves her village before being banished. When she comes home, she finds that Vikings have raided the village, killed everyone, and sacrificed her husband to the gods. She then takes his head and goes into Viking hell to save his soul, all while falling deeper and deeper into madness. It has to be played with headphones on to get the full effect of the voices she hears. They are recorded with a 360 mic, so it's true surround sound.
Wow.
There are developer videos on YouTube that show everything that went into making this game. I can't say highly loud enough when I say I highly recommend this game. The same dedication that's been put into the sequel and trailer featuring the aforementioned Hai Lung looks incredible. And then number 1, Dune. I've been waiting for this for almost 3 years. When I first heard Denis Villeneuve was doing it, I was in, but I've been a super Dune geek for over 20 years. I was familiar with the 84 movie, but I knew it was a book. But I picked up the series in my early 20s and have read everything there is since, so I was pissed when they pushed it to later this year. But I'd also rather it for be done right and to see it in a theater or preferably IMAX. I also like that he's decided to break it into 2 movies. There's too much in that book to even do a 3-hour film. And hopefully, if it does well, they can continue with the other books. And Cody, for real, holler at me so I can get you some barbecue sauce. I sent a couple bottles of the guys for Christmas.
I got
Hopefully
2 over here. I gotta
man.
give Jerry his.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since then.
That's right.
I'll get on
Hopefully
that.
corporate didn't hoard it for himself, but hit me up and we can meet down at Pearl or something. I work weekends at High Street Wine Company, so I've got the good discount. If you want to
Nice.
grab a Beal while we're at it. Thanks for providing all the laughs you guys give every week. I'm loving the Stall of Fame episodes and hearing Cody's take on all the good willow hunting Stets. You know, not to shit on Stets is number one. I don't know why I'm not excited by the Dune movie. You know why? Can I tell you what I think it is? Cody, I want your take on this too, man. It looks a little too slick. The trailer, it looks like a car commercial other than a sci-fi masterpiece. Does that make any sense? Like
Yeah.
it just looks too pretty. I mean, I know it's, you know what I mean?
It's gonna be with his stuff. His stuff always looks incredible.
Right.
And
It
I mean,
just-
I think a lot of that, and I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Roger Deakins did Dune, but he usually works with them, and so his stuff always looks great. But
I hated that Blade Runner movie.
yeah, a lot of
That was
people
him, right?
yeah,
What did he do before that? What was it?
Prisoners is great.
Prisoners. That was good. I like
Yeah.
that one. Blade Runner. I'm out. I was out. And so I think that's what's
He also did
my
Arrival
Dune.
too.
Oh, I never saw. Is that the Natalie Portman one?
No,
that's
is,
the Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. Yeah.
Yep.
I never
What's the
saw that
Natalie
one.
Portman sci-fi flick? That recent one.
Annihilation.
With that WandaVision little
That
colored
movie,
barrier.
I don't like that movie at all.
I gotta see. So I don't. I mean, I want Dune to be good. I'm with Stets. I like the. I mean, now that I started reading the book again, I'm liking it a lot better. But
I never read the book. I just remember the movie from when I was a
The
kid.
Lynch
and I-
movie? Yeah.
I hated it,
It was bad.
and I've just always had a bad taste in my mouth from Dune.
Right.
So I'm just not interested in seeing. Maybe I'll see it. I don't know, but I'm just
Yeah.
not interested in seeing it.
I don't know why it bothers me that it looks too slick. I don't know. That shouldn't really be a complaint, but it just looks too clean. It looks like Michael Bay, one of his old car commercials. I'm just like, are you selling us an Infinity or is this a story about Dune? That's the only thing. Anyway, all right, Graham and Faye. Top 5 things to be excited for in 2020. Number 5, go Jets go. Albeit highly unlikely, but we maybe will take Lord Stanley home via this oddball NHL mini season.
Maybe.
Even very less likely actually physically attending a game. Are the Winnipeg Jets good this year?
They're all right. I
Yeah.
suppose they just
It's-
they just did a big trade that's probably going to make them better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still very early in the season.
Yes. And then number 4, come to think of it, going out anywhere and get together with friends or family, out for a dinner or movie is also highly unlikely, but we can dream. Number 3, I just love a good train wreck. The refilmed, recut, duct tape, Frankenbirth, crazy glued revisit to the Justice League, maybe with a few years extra time to reshoot. The film, the DC folks could squeeze enough good content into the HBO miniseries to put some polish and shine on that turd. I still say the Batfleck was entirely wasted on the Warner Brothers fiasco. DC needs to put the animation guys in charge of the big screen.
Yeah, they do.
But now it's no longer a miniseries. It's just going to be one big 4-hour movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's so fucking weird.
Good luck with that.
I'll watch it. I tried watching couple weeks ago. I tried watching the special edition they have on HBO Max of Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Just trying to kind of rev up for when Justice League comes out, just to try to see if I can get any interest in myself to watch it. And it took me it's I think the cut on HBO Max is a little over 3 hours for Batman vs Superman, and I was sitting there watching it, and it took me 4 different viewings to get through it. And literally, the only good part of that movie is when Wonder Woman shows up at the end, and her music kicks on. You think Batman's going to get killed by Doomsday,
And she helps.
and she just comes in with her wrist. You think it's Superman for a second, and it's Wonder Woman. You're like, that's the best part of the whole movie. It's at 5 seconds. Wow. The rest of the movie, I'm like, I don't fucking care about any of this.
Shit.
And fucking Lex Luthor is, what's his face that did Lex Luthor, is just the worst take on Lex Luthor I've
The
ever.
Social Network guy, Jesse
It's
Eisenberg.
so unimaginably bad.
Yeah.
His take on Lex Luthor.
Oh boy, here we go.
That character still exists. It's worse than Jared Leto's Joker. Wow. Upon a second viewing.
Was that the one? Now, was that with him as Luthor? Was that the one that Whedon directed, or was that the first one?
No, that was the first one. It was a Batman vs Superman.
Is he in the Whedon Justice League?
At the very end, the end credit scene, when
teases him.
Deathstroke comes and finds him on a boat.
Okay.
And then they tease something with Lex Luthor. They're teasing the Legion of Doom.
Right. Okay.
But Eisenberg's take on Lex Luthor is serious. I mean, DC had the Joker and Lex Luthor, two of the greatest villains in comic books.
And they fucked it up.
And they fucked up both of them.
That's rough. That's rough.
It's amazing how bad both of those are.
Graham and Faye's number 2 is Rick and Morty, Wubba Lubba Dub Dub 2020, 2021, Nothing a Portal Gun Can't Fix. And then number 1, The Return of the MCU. For the record, we still haven't watched any WandaVision, and we're still spoiler-free. We're off to Timmy's to get some Timbits, Crullers, Double-Doubles, and some Farmers Wraps. Sadly, it's going to be minus 42 Celsius.
Oh!
With the wind chill. Well, it's going to be this balmy. Maybe I'll get a Slurpee instead.
Oh.
Holy shit. Stay safe, Ramblers. Ramble off. Graham and Faye, Winnipeg, A. And he shows a picture of a guy in the fucking, what's it called? I guess during the shooting of Empire Strikes Back. The fucking woolly.
The
Wampa.
The Wampa?
The Wampa. Yeah, guy in the Wampa suit. Patrick Carruthers, PC. Top 5, honorable mention to No Time to Die and all the DC MCU movies. Number 5, Dune. The Lynch movie is such a train wreck, but super interested to see what happens with the modern effects. Hopefully a more cohesive vision. Number 4, Lego Star Wars: A Skywalker Saga. Number 3, Loki. Excited for all the Marvel shows. This one looks really good. Number 2, Book of Boba Fett. Enough said. And number 1, Masters of the Universe. Kevin Smith is a showrunner. A ton of great writers and voice actors, and the same animation company as Castlevania. Stay safe. Hopefully we're on the downhill side of this. Yeah, man. Damien Bottriell, Black Widow is number 5, and all the MCU Disney Plus shows. Number 4, The Many Saints of Newark, The Sopranos prequel. Number 3, The Suicide Squad. I'm really curious to see what James Gunn does with those characters. Number 2, The Matrix. Yeah. Number 2, The Matrix 4. I know everyone shits on 2 and 3, but I'm a fan of everything Matrix. Can't wait to see what they do with this one. And number 1, The Book of Boba Fett and Mando Season 3. I can't split them because I don't know where each of these stories are going to be going. Hope all my Ramble brothers and sisters are staying safe. Jerry, Eddie, Cody, you guys owe us a good Will of Hunting. And for the love of the 2018 Farm Bill, bring back the Ramble Radio. Clap. Peace out, guys. Damien Bottriell. Eddie, we might have to bring the clap back.
I guess I have to. It's more ceremonial at this point.
I know. It's been to me. Ramble 271. Top 5. I'm keeping this Phil Collins train rolling. Top 5 Genesis songs. How about that? Oh, yeah.
And of Illusion.
And the Peter Gabriel era counts as well. So there we go. Top 5 Genesis songs. So my number 5 is Resident Evil's The Village. Technically Resident Evil 8. I just played the demo on the PlayStation 5. It is so fucking good. It's only like 20 minutes long, but goddamn, the game looks fucking gorgeous. It was creepy as shit. It was a great demo. I loved Resident Evil 7. Can't wait to see where they go. So mine is number Resident Evil, The Village. Cody, what's your number 5?
Well, if and this is a big if, movie theaters do come back this year, there's something about the Jackass movies where I think those are my favorite movie theater experiences of all time, where I've never seen a crowd laugh harder.
I mean, it's like you're at a party.
Yeah, it's
like you're at a party watching these idiots do it in real, like right in front of you. Yep,
it's the most like raucous crowd you'll ever see a movie with. And Jackass 4 is set to come out this year.
That's right.
So Jackass 4. I hope that movie theaters are open and safe to see that movie again, because it would be a really nice release to be able to go watch that movie.
It's funny. The only movie that came close to getting that kind of thing was Borat. When I saw Borat in the theater,
Borat's close.
And
then for me, like the premiere of The Disaster Artist with Tommy and Greg.
Because if you're there with a bunch of fans, forget it.
That was amazing and probably my favorite experience ever. But those Jackass movies, man, I remember going on opening night and people
dying laughing.
They're
so stupid, but it's hilarious. It's just Eddie, you're number 5.
Those were all good ones. I think Lego The Skywalker Saga.
That's gonna be good, man.
PS4 and 5, because Colt and I love playing those games together. So he's been looking forward. That game's been pushed several times.
Yes,
and he's been looking forward to that for like almost a year now.
Now, are you gonna surprise him with the PS5 to play it on when it comes out? You think?
I've been looking. I don't. I would
love to give you a heads up if I hear anything.
Yeah, please give me a heads up, because I think I want to. If I'm going to buy that game, I'd rather buy it for the PS5 than the PS4.
Yeah, but I got to see that demo at E3. It looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that game.
My number 4, I'm keeping it on the video games. The sequel to God of War for the PS4, God of War Ragnarok. Now that we know what happened at the end of the first God of War, I'm like, fuck, yes, what the fuck is going to happen now? That's my number 4. Cody?
Number
And
4,
again, it might not make it out till 2023, but it's tentatively. Resident Evil: The Village we know is coming out in like a few months. God of War, it's tentative for 2021, so it made the list.
yeah. I'm going with the next Edgar Wright movie, Last Night in Soho, for my number 4.
Nice. What is that late? So he's got 2 coming out this year.
Yeah,
The documentary.
Last Night in Soho was supposed to come out in 2020 in September, I think.
Yeah.
And then it got pushed to April, and then it got pushed again to now October. Wow. So
That's crazy. The
looking
documentary on Sparks. What's the name of the documentary about Sparks?
the Sparks Brothers.
Sparks Brothers. Okay, and then after that, one night. That's cool. Shit, Edgar Wright. I'm all in. Eddie, you're number 4.
I want to. I know we're right in the middle of it right now, but the last episode of WandaVision.
Whew.
I just want to see where it's going, who they're going to who they're going to bring in for it, and where it goes leading into other things.
God, I know it's. I hate to say this to something that I know nothing about yet, but it's like, are you a little nervous if you're the showrunner for Winter Soldier Captain Falcon? Because aren't you like, how do we follow this? Aren't you like, goddamn, I hope this is going to be.
It's a completely different vibe, so I don't know. Like this has got like supernatural stuff. This is like thriller. This is like sci-fi. This has got like hints of like Twilight Zone shit and like Fringe and like. You don't know where it's going, whereas like Falcon Winter Soldier seems like you kind of know where it's going to go.
You think it'll be straightforward.
It's him trying to be Captain America and the government not wanting him to be Captain America, from what I can understand. It's almost like that storyline when Steve Rogers gave up the shield and the other guy came in. He ended up becoming U.S. agent.
What's going to be interesting is that's one thing I'm very excited about is to see Kurt Russell's kid as U.S. agent.
Yes.
I want to see that. By the way, sorry I had to scream because my cat Lolita was thinking nobody was watching her and she was going to scratch the sofa.
Oh, fuck her.
Twat. Anyway, so I had to yell.
I would be. It's going to be interesting to see those two juxtaposed next to each other.
I can't wait. Oh, man. My number 3 is Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Again, supposed to come out in 2021 for the PlayStation 5. Horizon Zero Dawn was one of my favorite games ever, and I'm very excited to see where this, because it had a very killer, whoa, shit, what's going to happen ending, what's going on now. So I'm very excited for that. Cody, you're number 3.
My number 3 is Loki.
Oh, it's going to be good. That's going to be, I can't wait. It looks like it's going to me, Loki looks like we're going to take the weirdness of WandaVision and just make it a comedy. It looks like Thor Ragnarok, the TV show.
Yeah,
that's what I think that's what I'm excited
Which
about.
I'm excited about.
Yeah. Eddie, you're number 3.
My number 3, or is my number 4. This is my number 4, right?
This is number 3.
Oh, this is number 3. Number 3, what was I going to do with number 3? This is weird because I don't like any of these movies, but I am legitimately interested in to see how Justice League comes out.
Yeah.
I will sit through all 4 hours because I just want to see what they do now that Superman's in the black suit, and to see all the stuff that Josh Whedon had taken and changed, and then see what Zack Snyder's original vision was. Not that I probably won't even like this movie because I hated all the ones before that and all the ones after it, but I want to see what they're doing.
How long of a leash do you give this? Let's say you're watching and an hour in, you're like, I don't know.
I'll muscle through it. I will muscle
the whole
through
thing.
it. Yeah. I may not in one viewing probably.
Right.
But I will muscle through it just to see, because I'm interested in to see this thing that they thought was the Snyder cut, which just ended up being the Snyder reshoot.
When is this coming out?
I think it's March 18th, if I'm not mistaken.
18th. Okay, so. That's some time. All right, man. Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm so interested in it. I'm looking forward to it, if that makes any sense.
Yes. No, of course. My number 2 is I'm cheating. Like I cheated with my number 1. I'm just going to go blanket and say the Star Wars shows, Mandalorian Season 3 and Book of Boba Fett. The Star Wars TV shows that we're going to get at the end of the year. I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
Cody, you're number 2.
My number 2 is the final season of Better Call Saul.
Oh, I forgot that's this year too. Yeah. Woo. I still got to watch 5.
If they stick the landing, it's better than Breaking Bad.
Man, that's big. And I don't know if I can't disagree with you. I can't go like,
and you haven't seen
wrong.
the most recent season.
I haven't
right?
seen 5 yet. No, we still got to watch 5 because 4. Holy shit.
Yeah.
When you meet Lalo, you're like, uh-oh.
Well,
What the fuck is going
wait till
on
you see
here?
Lalo in season 5. It's
Man, and he's been cast in the MCU now.
that's right.
I can't wait. Oh fuck! For Laredo's own Tony Dalton, I believe, is going
Yeah.
to be in the MCU as what movie is he in? Was it Spy? No,
Oh man, I'm gonna look that up because
or was it Winter Soldier? Was it Captain
Falcon Winter Soldier?
It's Hawkeye.
Hawkeye? He's in
Oh,
the
the
Hawkeye
Hawkeye
show. He plays one of Hawkeye's old
Swordsman.
mentors, who's the swordsman, who's half sometimes villain, sometimes hero. That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be dope. Eddie, you're number 2.
Number 2, Black Widow.
Oh yeah.
Just because I'm so curious as to where it, like we talked about this earlier, where it fits into the MCU,
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
time has passed so much now that it's not going to make any sense where it's at, or if there's still enough in there where they've connected it where it will
it'll
make
be
sense.
fine.
So I'm again, it's almost with the. I'm more interested in that than Justice League, but for the same reasons. Like I'm
Yes.
just interested to see what to make of it.
How do they fit this in?
Yeah.
My number 1. What else could it be? I cheated. I went blanket. Marvel Phase 4. Just the whole thing. The start of it. All the shit that's coming out for Marvel in 2021. I can't wait to see it.
What's on deck besides the shows? You have is Doctor Strange? What film? Spider-Man,
think it's
right?
just Eternals and Spider-Man. I think actually just Eternals is the only thing that is. Black Widow and Eternals, I think, are the only ones that are supposed to be coming out in 2020.
Right. Okay.
So we'll see. Cody, you're number 1.
Easy for me here. Coming to Peacock, the NBC streaming service.
Yep.
MacGruber, the TV
Oh,
series.
that's right. I forgot about
dude,
that.
I just watched
Underrated movie.
I just watched that movie the other night. I showed Colton, which is probably not the most appropriate thing to do. But it's that fucking movie. I remember seeing it in the theater and laughing my ass off. That's one of the best comedies made in the last 15 years.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree
It's
more.
it's one of the most underrated comedies.
Val
of all
Kilmer
time.
was such a great villain.
It's pouncing cunt.
It fucking the Big Show making out with the dude in the garage is still the funniest fucking thing.
That movie is so underrated.
All the wrestlers dying in the explosion. The minute he puts his team together, they all die.
MacGruber's so good.
Apparently, I guess outside of Val Kilmer, or maybe he's in it, but apparently the entire cast is going to be back for this TV show.
That is so bad. Oh God, that's great. That is fucking great.
That movie's so good.
Eddie, you're number 1.
Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, Book of Boba, baby.
Book of Boba Fett.
Man, that is.
I never gave 2 shits about Boba Fett.
Now I can't wait.
until about a month and a half ago.
Can't wait. Oh, fucking, I'm with you. Killer.
And now he's one of my favorite all-time Star Wars characters.
Yes. Oh.
And I cannot wait to see what a series with him is going to be like.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Set in my favorite time period of Star Wars, the original trilogy.
So, wait, it's set in the original trilogy?
Well, it's 5 years. It's set in the same timeline as Mandalorian,
yes,
so
yes,
it's in that same times area.
So we're assuming this picks up right after he says goodbye to Mandalorian, right?
I'm guessing, unless there's going to be some flashbacks, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing flashbacks, flash forwards, what they're doing, but like, I'm just excited to see.
I'm already blanking. Boba Fett was in the room with them when...
No.
he flew off.
Because Boba Fett would have known Luke Skywalker.
He would have known Luke. I was wondering. I was like, wait a minute. That's right. Boba Fett would have been
They got rid of Boba Fett early in that episode because Skywalker came in.
So he would have killed the buzz. He would have been like, oh, shit, that's Luke.
Yeah. And they would have probably had some beef.
Yes. I wonder. Or would they have? Because he was only after Han.
Luke may have had some beef with him.
Yeah, Luke may have been like, oh, God, he might have killed his ass just right then and there. Like, fuck this guy up too.
Boba Fett's just doing a job. He doesn't give a shit.
That's, man, there we go. Look at that. Well, there it is. There's our top 5, everybody. That's our ramble. Please subscribe to us. Give us a 5-star rating, a positive text review. Please check out Hemp Vita. Use Ramble as your promo code to get 15% off. Please follow us on all the things that we do. You know where to find us. Next Ramble. What hat does Guns N' Roses, what song is on their hat as they go into the Rewrote a Song Hall of Fame? Ramble at theramblepod.com. Give us that answer. What would Phil Collins open, close, and encore with? And keeping Phil Collins going, top 5 Genesis songs, but you can include the Peter Gabriel era. So there we go. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe. Cody, let's play that music and send them home. Man, remember, it's last beep. And
you want me to give you an update on Trump's retaking of the country?
Yeah, please.
This is the latest conspiracy.
Uh-oh.
Impeachment trial begins February 8th.
Yeah.
1 week of bullshit from the prosecution. Trump walks in the Monday after Valentine's and shows a video of Nancy Pelosi ordering the Capitol break-ins. He then proceeds to show video of Nancy Pelosi, Biden, Obama, Brennan, Comey, and others killing innocent children in cold blood. The mainstream media cuts the feed. Localized chaos erupts across the nation. Emergency broadcast is activated. Martial law is declared. Mainstream media either coalesces or has their facilities seized by the military.
Yeah.
We are giving reassuring messages as law and order is fully restored. And by the end of February, all the traitors have been executed in summary fashion. We only know this because Trump gives a long speech explaining what has happened and announcing his inauguration on March 3rd.
Where'd you read this?
There's a Twitter profile called Parlor Takes. And Parlor's down, but he goes around and he sort of like grabs all these fucking nut job conspiracy theories and he posts them on Parlor Takes.
Well, seeing as how Trump's entire defense team quit over the weekend for his impeachment trial.
Seems like they got a winner on their hands.
Yeah. Well, that's the first step in all of this. He's got to get his new defense team in there.
Yeah, he's got to get a new defense team. Fucking people are idiots.
Fucking amazing. Well, there we go. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe. We love you all. We'll see you tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. We might give Cody a rest. He might have deserved a rest from all this movie watching.
A lot of movies.
We might take 2 weeks off of Good Will Hunting, come back with vacation, make the Uncle Buck trades, and then go full steam ahead. Because after Sundance, I'm sorry, Cody, no excuses. No excuses, baby, for not watching
Vacation.
And we got to figure out what we do afterwards.
Commando's got to be in there. Then we're
Commando's
doing Commando and Cannonball Run 2.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's definitely, we already know that. I've someone who was it. Oh, Zach Dahlem suggested Throw Mama from the Train. I'm not upset
that's a
with
good
that
one
at all. What do we pair that with?
Oh,
Throw
Spies Like Us.
Ooh. Cody, you familiar with Throw Mama from the Train?
I'm familiar, but I haven't seen it.
Very dark comedy. Was it directed by Danny DeVito?
I don't know if it was directed by one. Was it?
Where Danny DeVito tries to get Billy Crystal to murder his mother.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think that might. What about Inner Space?
Oh, Inner Space. And
Cody, have you seen Inner Space?
Inner Space and Remo Williams.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Which you could say, talk about Matrix 4. We already have it. Remo Williams, baby. Remo Williams was Neo before Neo, baby. That was. Man, oh wait, there's a lot to. Okay, we have to have a Ramble meeting. All right, we love you guys. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.